We have 5 minutes until derby time. Los Anarchists versus the Cherry City Brawl Stars. Grab a drink and a snack and a comfy chair. We're going to get started here in about 4 minutes and 50 seconds. All right, we're 3 minutes away from starting derby. We're looking for gear check. Before we get started, we'd like to thank the officials as well as acknowledge that we are gathered here on the land of the Kalapuya, who are represented today by the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ron, Federated Tribes of the Let's Indians, whose relationship with this land continues to this day. We offer gratitude for the land itself, for those who have stewarded for generations, and for the opportunity to practice, skate, and share this great sport on this land. Finally, we respect and acknowledge and honor the past, present, and future Indigenous individuals of the Willamette Valley. We also want to thank the Grand Ron Tribal Council, who have generously supported and funded the startup of our rental gear program for juniors.
Are you ready for some roller derby? Looks like the Los Anarchists fans are in the house. Where are my hometown fans? Where's the Brawl Stars families? Fabulous. All right, well, as we get started here, I'm going to introduce you to these two teams. On the line, we've got Noddle Rolls for the Brawl Stars up against Killer Queen for the Los Anarchists. And on the Brawl Stars roster, we've got 00 Miscreant, 019 Lot of Pain, 13 Tragedy and 18 Intoxicate, 210 Chemical, 218 Jules Burn. Speaking of 18 Intoxicate, has reported to the penalty box. Quick call off there. 1 point going on the board for Los Anarchists and none for Cherry City. All right, continuing here, we have 22 Noddle Rolls, 408 Madam Gemini, 444 Batty, 505 Off the Brawls, 729 Oliver Twisted, 777 Attack Mid, 95 Little T Rumble, and 99 Nazgul for the Cherry City Brawl Stars. Let's hear it for Oliver Twisted out there nabbing lead jammer status for the Brawl Stars. All right, on the Los Anarchists roster, we've got 0011 License to Dill, 003 Killer Queen, 013 Slasher, 1323 Hard Feelings, who was just out there jamming for the Anarchists. All right, 15 Viper, 18 Hellspell, 2 Legacy, 27 Killshot, 3006 Pocket Sand, 32 Scandalous, 360 Shubby Dubby, 507 Toxic Sloth, 555 Bowie's Knife, 711 Punchline, 76 Fender Bender, 78 Wicked, 92 Badfish, 96 Little Buttons, 97 Harm Alarm. And on the line right now, we've got 444 Batty up against Punchline. Punchline has lead jammer status for the Anarchists. Oh, and coming into the back of the pack, tripping and sliding into another skater, sends Punchline to the penalty box for a low block. That means this is going to be a 2-minute jam. Batty sliding through that pack with really no opposition for that pass. Those Anarchists shedding another skater to the penalty box. A little offensive work by this Cherry Brawl Star wall. Slides Batty through for another set of 4 points. Oh, and the Los Anarchists jammer, looks like they entered the track illegally and got sent back to the penalty box. Batty's out there still skating some laps. A little help from her offensive friends, and off they go for more points. Massive hit at the back. That Los Anarchist wall stopped Batty in their tracks, but they were able to get back up and keep scoring points. 28 points on the board for the Brawl Stars, that jam. All right, we've got 00 Miscreant for the Brawl Stars up against 0011 Licensed to Dill for the Anarchists. A really pretty spin move in the back by Licensed to Dill. Nice lateral movement, trying to those Brawl Star blockers up and apart. A really strong defense I'm seeing out front by the Los Anarchists up against Miscreant. But with a little hop and jump on the outside line, Miscreant is free. The Jammer Brawl Stars. Still looking for an opening, but shut down by the Brawl Stars. A little run back. Nice spin move. Gets still past that last blocker. And Miscreant calls it off with 5 points on the board. All right. The Anarchists are fielding number 76. Fender Bender. They're going up against Madam Gemini for the Brawl Stars. Number 711 putting in some work at the back of the pack, holding up Madam Gemini. Fender Bender's got lead jammer status and is in position to score. Intoxicate says no thank you. But Fender Bender is looking for a path through the pack. All right, looks like 444 is headed to the penalty box, as is Jammer for the Brawl Stars, Madam Gemini. I'm seeing a track cut being signaled. Brawl Stars are looking to contain Fender Bender, slow them down. Stretching out the pack to the front, and Brawl Stars losing another blocker to the penalty box. Not sure if that was a distraction or what, but I thought I saw a pack penalty call. Fender Bender wraps up that jam with 10 points on the board for the Anarchists. 36 Brawl Stars to 14 Anarchists. We've got 729 Oliver Twisted on the line up against Shovey Dovey for the Anarchists. Nice work by both teams to contain these jammers. And Oliver Twisted reporting to the penalty box for a cut. Anarchists looking to give their jammer some offensive assistance, but everybody is going down on turn 1. WW's through and secured all 4 points. Nice work by the Anarchists there, putting up 8 points, taking advantage of that power jam. Next up, I see number 18 Intoxicate lined up to jam for the Brawl Stars, and 507 Toxic Slaw for the Anarchists. bit of last-minute movement in that pack, and Intoxicate manages to snag lead jammer status. Nice work by the Brawl Stars, sticking to that jammer through 4 skater offense offered by Los Anarchists. But the Brawl Stars decide to call that one off. 4 points on the board for the Brawl Stars by Intoxicate. We got number 97, Harm Alarm, on the line for Los Anarchists. Oh, we're getting some cheers from the crowd for that one. And I see 99, Nazgul, on the line for the Brawl Stars. A little bit of offense offered by Jules Vernon back. But it looks like lead has been awarded to Harm Alarm of the Anarchists. And Nazgul is headed to the penalty box for a cut. Harm Alarm getting caught up by that Brawl Star wall. So a real scrum out there. All of the blockers are real close together and mixed up. Anarchists will call it and trap Nazgul in the box. They're looking to take advantage of this power jam for one more start. Viper lined up for the Anarchists, looking to take advantage of this power start. Brawl Stars pivot reporting to the penalty box for a forearm. Nazgul shrugging off a big hit on the outside line. And the Anarchists call that jam, trapping their the Brawl Stars pivot in the box. This is shaping up to be a pretty close game. Score is 40-29. Brawl Stars leading, but only by 11 points. Nana Rolls taking the line for Brawl Stars. And we've got Punchline out for the Anarchists. Nano looking for space on the inside. Punchline securing lead jammer. A little jammer on jammer action, but Punchline shrugs off Nano's hit. And it looks like we have scores awarded. 2 points going to the Anarchists and 3 going to Nano Rolls for the Brawl Stars. There was a blocker in the penalty box, so maybe it's that ghost point where the third point got added on there. I see License to Dill up against Chemical. A little run back happening. And a lot going on here in and out of the penalty box. So we had a cut call going to Chemical X, and we have 2 penalties awarded to a Los Anarchist skater. The first one, I think, was for a illegal contact, and the second was for a misconduct. Also, Intoxicate restored in the penalty box. And Licensed to Dill has lead Jammer and is in position to score, has 4 points on the board. Brawl Stars have another blocker coming to join us in the penalty box, number 218. Dill calls it off, trapping 2 of the Brawl Stars blockers in the box and one of their own. I see number 1323 Hard Feelings lined up for the Anarchists. I also see a timeout has been called by the Brawl Stars. So it's Chemical X's birthday. We'll take this timeout opportunity to wish them a very happy birthday. Thanks for spending it with us here at the Madhouse. Apparently, it's not only Chemical X's birthday, but it's also Punchline number 711's birthday. So thank you, junior roller derby skaters, for playing roller derby on your birthday with us. All right, number 1323 Hard Feelings lined up against Oliver Twisted. And that's Oliver running up the outside line, snagging lead Jammer for the Brawl Stars. Got a formidable 2-wall out there from the Brawl Stars. I see Miscreant and Nazgul out there holding up Hard Feelings, trying to secure some points. And they do put up 4 points for the Brawl Stars. And call that jam off before Hard Feelings can score any points. Let's see here. We've got number 444 on the line for the Brawl Stars, and they recently changed their name, so that's Batty. There we go. And Punchline birthday kiddo out there for the Los Anarchists. Batty snagged lead. And that pack is moving fast, jockeying for position. Brawl Stars looking for points, and they did snag 3. But Los Anarchists, I see a point go up for them or no? Okay. All right, Harm Alarm lined up against off the Bros. Off the Brails. A little recycle action for off the Bros, and some offense coming from the blocker wall because Harm Alarm was sent to the penalty box. We've got a power jam in favor of the Brawl Stars. Los Anarchists trying to get their wall set up to hold back off the Brails. Off the Brails, pushing forward, looking for base. Recycling themselves to the back of the pack here. And I see we have both jammers back on the track. A little support from a teammate there. Off the Brails decides to call that jam off. 3 points on the board for the Brawl Stars, and they did call it off in time to prevent the Anarchists from scoring. Nice work by the Anarchists. Blockers giving their jammer a hand to get out there. I see Nazgul on the line up against 7-8 Wicked of the Anarchists. And that whistle says somebody's going to the penalty box. That's Jules Byrne taking a seat for the Brawl Stars, and Batty also reporting in. But despite losing blockers, Nazgul has snagged lead for the Brawl Stars. All right, looks like 2 points going up for the Brawl Stars on that one, and we have a official review being called by the Brawl Stars. We'll find out what this official review is about. But in the meantime, maybe it's time for a little dance break or something to keep us occupied here. Well, let's see. I've got a whole list of sponsors I can shout out. If you haven't heard, there's a new toy store in town, Radar Toys. They carry toys for all ages. Everything you can imagine, from Legos, comic books, board games, to action figures, baby dolls, and Barbie, located on Lancaster across from Fred Meyer's. They're closer than you think. Make sure you visit Salem's best toy store soon, Radar Toys. Also, we are sponsored by Stephanie Palmblad of the Willamette Legacy Law. Expert estate planning for every move. Roll with confidence. Craft your estate plan with precision. And I can personally recommend their services. There's still waiting for some deliberation. Looks like maybe we have resolution on this official review. Oh, we got a little bit of a dance party happening over on the Brawl Stars bench. Coaches, though, apparently we're too old for this crowd. We need to play younger music. So it looks like the official review was retained, and it was for a illegal contact penalty to the jammer. Yeah. No pack, illegal contact by the white jammer. So little T Rebel is starting in a power jam, but with only 2 blockers on the track from the Brawl Stars. Don't worry, that's no trouble for a little T Rumble. They got lead jammer status. Dancing their way along the track, looking for space and points. And they call it off, trapping the Anarchist jammer in the box for another jam start. It looks like 2 points going on the board for Little T Rumble. And you might recognize them. They helped officiate in the previous games. We've got Oliver Twisted lining up for the Brawl Stars, looking for lead status. And they secure it. Oh, we've got Wicked on the track for the Anarchists, released from that penalty box, and looking for a path through that Brawl Star wall.
I think they say something wicked this way comes.
Even better, even better. Oliver Twisted sneaking up the outside line. Oh, and it's Chemical reporting to the penalty box. Oliver Twisted looking for a couple more points before they call off that jam. I see signal. So 15 points on the board for the Brawl Stars.
I think her penalty was Santa Monica was calling her.
The penalty box is Santa Monica this time.
Calling by Santa Monica.
All right, Nonal Rolls out on the track, lined up against Toxic Sloth, and it's Nonal Rolls up the inside line. Toxic Sloth looking for space and found it right on that turn 1. Sliding backwards through the pack on the outside. Nonal's going to call it off, preventing Toxic Sloth from snagging any points. That was some real pretty footwork there, Nonal Rolls. I see Harm Alarm lining up to jam up against Oliver Twisted for the Brawl Stars. Harm Alarm looking for space on the outside line, but it's Oliver who finds it. Oh, and just blasting through the pack. Harm Alarm made it through the Brawl Star wall. Oliver Twisted calling that jam off. And securing 4 points for her team, or for their team. All right, what do we got here? I see Badfish, number 9-2 on the line for Los Anarchists. First time jamming for them, and Nazgul back on the line for the Brawl Stars. Both jammers knocked out on the outside and recycled. Badfish is back in first. But it's Nazgul snagging lead jammer with a nice cut back to the inside. Officials are signaling a star pass has occurred. Oh, looks like License to Dill is now the jammer of record for Los Anarchists. And Nazgul is going to call it off, preventing the Anarchists from scoring. 4 points, the Brawl Stars. Oh, looks like we're sitting at 84 points, Brawl Stars, 40 points, Anarchists. I see Nano Rolls on the line for the Brawl Stars up against Killer Queen for Los Anarchists. And Killer Queen is out with lead jammer status, but it is a jammer foot race. And it looks like Los Anarchists said, we're going to call that one off. 0-0. All right, Killer Queen's going back for more, and Batty has stepped up for the Brawl Stars. Looks like we have a disadvantage pack going to the Anarchists this time around. Batty uses that to their advantage and takes the outside line for lead jammer status. Those Anarchist blockers did a nice job, though, switching to offense and then back to defense. Trying to get their jammer through. And Batty is calling it. It looks like we are going to have a couple of points awarded here. Yeah, so 7 points going to the Brawl Stars, 4 to the Anarchists. Oh, an adjustment here. Sorry, 6 points to the Brawl Stars that last jam. Intoxicate out on the line. Up against License to Dill. Dill with lead jammer. But Intoxicate doing a little beam dip around to get out of away from that last blocker. Nice footwork on the inside line. Awards Dill 3 points that jam. A little spin and toe stop step. Brawl Stars don't snag any points, but they do force that call off. I see Madam Gemini taking the star again for the Brawl Stars. Up against Bowie's Knife. Little offense offered from Miscreants. Trying to get Madam Gemini out. But number 1-5 of the Anarchists doing a little run back there. It looks like Miscreants is being sent to the box for a direction penalty. And Bowie's Knife has the lead jammer status and is in scoring position. 4 on the board. But a little recycle there. We had a star pass to Batty. And Anarchists call that jam. 8 points, Anarchists. None going to the Brawl Stars that jam. Really nice work by the Anarchists. Strong blocking wall out there this time around. All right, I see a timeout being called. Brawl Stars are going to take a moment. All right, I see Oliver Twisted on the line for the Brawl Stars up against Bender Bender for the Anarchists. We had a little no-pack double run back happening there. Both jammers fighting their way through. Jules Byrne reporting to the penalty box. And that's Bender Bender, your lead jammer. Bender Bender spinning around, looking for some points as they call it off. All right, and that is 2 points going to Anarchists, and looks like the Brawl Stars did manage to snag 1 point there at the end of that jam, so 2-1. We've got an official timeout being called. Not sure what it is that they're resolving. Looks like our head ref is over having a chat with somebody. In the meantime, though, Los Anarchists are not going to miss the opportunity to have a coaching opportunity. So the official review is over. And I see Batty, number 444, on the line for the Brawl Stars up against 013. That Slasher? Yes, Slasher for the Anarchists. Batty following some O gets a clear line on the inside. Looks like Chemical X going for a hit out at the front of the pack. Does not manage to grab it. Batty looking for points here for the Brawl Stars. And Batty calls it, and that's intermission. Alrighty, we've got a couple more points getting awarded here. We've got 4 points to the Brawl Stars, 2 points for Anarchists, 95 to 59. I believe that is a palindrome score. All right, it's intermission. Please remember, we have limited bathroom facilities. If our skaters or officials need to use the facilities, please let them go first during intermission. We appreciate your patience and graciousness on that front. In the meantime, go check out our food truck out front. Grab yourself some grub. Visit the snack table under food and drink. Get some snacks or beverages to sustain you through the last games tonight. We've got 1.5 games left for you. Come back to watch the exciting second half of this very intense game between the Brawl Stars and Los Anarchists. Hey everybody, if you have lost your battery pack to recharge your phone somewhere in the madhouse today, I have it here at the announcer's stand. If you are missing your battery pack to charge your phone or other electronic devices, please come see me up here. I would love to return it to you. Thank you. And we are almost back. Roller Derby. Please make your way to your seats. Finish up whatever transaction you might be making and grab a seat. We're about to resume the Cherry City Cherry Blossoms Brawl Stars up against the Los Anarchists. Who's ready for some roller derby? I appreciate you, Los Anarchists fans, being ready to cheer. All right, how about those hometown fans? Who's here for the Brawl Stars? I can't hear you. Who's here for the Brawl Stars? That's much better. Thank you, thank you. While we're getting in position here, let's give a big round of applause for our officials. Thank you for being here. We've got Breadpool, Shabzilla, Lobocop, Millennium Falcon, Peter, Radar, Wild Stallion, and Ituka Mint, all serving as skating officials. And on our NSO roster, I'll announce them later. All right, we have 507. Looks like Toxic Sloth on the line up against Oliver Twisted. And it's Toxic Sloth out first with lead jammer status. While they're racing around the track. My non-skating officials are Babe, Bruce Wayne, Ghost H, Malicious Compliance, Mortal Comcat, Mother Flippin' Artist, Mr. Nitro, Pinky, Sputnik, William Skatespear, and Guacamole. Thank you to all of my lovely skating officials. We have Oliver Twisted reporting to the penalty box. Sounds like it was a illegal contact, either hitting somebody while there was no pack or when out of play. Toxic Sloth is trying to find their way through that Brawl Star wall, looking for points, but gets knocked down out of bounds and recycled a bit there. Big hit by Intoxic Skate. Turns out it was not illegal contact, so Intoxic Skate's gonna serve a penalty, but the jam is called. 4 points on the board for the Anarchists. And it looks like that jam ended up 4-4. I see Nazgul lined up on the track for the Brawl Stars, and that's Bowie's Knife out there for the Anarchists. We had a little no pack situation out there. Right off the whistle, the Brawl Stars traveled opposite direction to meet the jammer and broke the pack, sending Little Tree Rubble to the box. Bowie's Knife grabbed lead jammer and called it off, but not before Nazgul snagged 1 point. So 4-1, Los Anarchists, that jam. And next we have License to Dill lined up against Nono Rolls. Only Cherry City's got 2 blockers, penalty box. Looks like we had a penalty awarded to Cherry City's Oliver Twisted, and License to Dill made it out front but is not lead. And Nonal took the star off, so Nonal is not lead. This is going to be a 2-minute jam. There's a little confusion over here about why the jam was called, but alrighty. So we have number 444 Batty lined up for the Brawl Stars up against 711 Punchline for the Anarchists. Birthday Kid out there jamming for the Anarchists. Looks like both of these blocking walls really want that front position. Batty recycled to the back of the track, but looking for space on that inside line. Almost finds it, but her own team is blocking in that space. Punchline, lead jammer. Batty trapped on turn 1 by that Los Anarchists tripod. A little run back there. But the Brawl Stars tripod is also trapping the jammer. Punchline calls that one off. Four points to the Anarchists. None going to the Brawl Stars that jam. All right, we got Viper reporting penalty box in between jam. All right, Intoxicate coming up with lead jammer status. They're lined up against Shovey Dovey from the Anarchists. Let's see here. Intoxicate sliding through on the inside. Looks like Viper got called for a low block at the end of the last jam, and that's why they were in the box at the beginning of this jam. Intoxicate getting recycled by number 555 Bowie's Knife of the Anarchists. Chemical X, the other birthday kid on the track, reporting to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. Both of these walls just settled in, trying to hold jammers. Shovey Dovey gets out with a little star stash action. And Intoxicate calls that before they can score any points. So 8 points going to the Brawl Stars. I spy Slim Reaper. No, that's Fender Bender. Multiple names. Jersey name doesn't match the roster name. Sorry, guys. Fender Bender on the line up against Oliver Twisted. Slick moves around the outside. Oliver Twisted twists around the Los Anarchists wall and finds a line to lead jammer status. Intoxicate reporting to the penalty box Looks like a illegal position penalty. So that's a failure to return or failure to reform a pack, probably. A little run back on Oliver Twisted by number 003. That's Killer Queen. And Fender Bender reporting into the penalty box. That one is a forearm penalty being served. But Oliver Twisted also reported to the penalty box. It looks like Fender Bender is also serving an illegal procedure penalty. So 2 penalties to the Los Anarchists jammer. That's why Oliver Twisted reported in and immediately was released. Canceled out the time of one of Fender Bender's penalties, but not both. Oliver Twisted on the outside, making their way through with a lot of action. And Toxisgate coming back to visit again for a forearm penalty. Early strong wall being offered by the Anarchists there. Oliver Twisted looking for space. Fender Bender comes in hot to the back of that wall and looks like the contact wasn't quite legal. Coming back for a low block penalty. That 2-minute jam is concluded. And we got Little T Rebel on the line for the Brawl Stars. And they are going to try and take advantage of this power jam start. A really nice defense by the Los Anarchists wall. They managed to hold Little T Rebel for 20 seconds now. Full contingent of the Brawl Star blockers are back on the track. Looking to get in strong position to block Fender Bender here. Little T Rebel is having trouble with this wall. And Fender Bender is your lead jammer for Los Anarchists. Four points on the board by Fender Bender. His blockers jockeying for position, and Toxisgate says no and hits Fender Bender out and down on the outside there, helping end that jam. 6 points on the board for the Anarchists, none up for the Brawl Stars. A really slick star stash by T Rebel to get them out. We got an official timeout. All right, if you are looking for photos from this game, you will be able to find them at Anarchitect_LA at Insta. So photos will come up next week. I'll give you a little reminder at the end of this game if you want to hop on your Insta account when you are headed back to the locker room, skaters, so that you can follow Anarchitect LA and find photos of your game. Parents, you're sitting on the bench right now. Make sure you follow them so you get your photos of your kiddos. While we have a block stoppage, I'd like to let you know that the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers are proud to support Sparky on the track while empowering our community since 1928. Local contractors and family wages. That's IBEW 280. Now, back to the action. We have Nazgul lined up against, is that Hard Feelings? I did get that right. Excellent. All right. Oh, what a tightly packed wall of blockers from both teams. Both jammers looking for space and struggling to find it as these walls are so close together and so densely packed. But it's Nazgul finding space on the inside line. Hard Feelings trapped behind this Cherry City Brawl Star wall. Packs starting to get a little bit stretched out. Nazgul completing first scoring pass for 4 points. And it looks like Hard Feelings was still trapped there in the wall. But a little star stash action helped free them and force a call off. I see 2 more points going up on the board. 6 points, Brawl Stars. Total score is 123 points for the Brawl Stars, 85 Los Anarchists. Oh, we've got Batty lined up against Punchline. Batty coming through with lead jammer status, but Oliver Twisted reporting to the penalty box for a penalty. 3 points for Batty on that jam. But they called it off before the Anarchists could get in snag any points. So 3-0 jam. Looks like a illegal position penalty to Oliver Twisted. That's like a pack penalty. Failure to reform, failure to return, destruction of the pack, that kind of thing. Intoxicate lined up for the Brawl Stars, doing a little jammer defense. And a little hop over an opposing blocker's leg. Gets Intoxicate lead jammer status. Oh, and Intoxicate slides through on the inside past that Anarchist wall unopposed. We've got Batty coming to the box for making illegal contact. I believe it was for hitting. Nope. That penalty was overturned. Batty's returning to the track, and Intoxicate calls it off. I see 6 points total for the Brawl Stars. All right, we've got Chemical X, birthday kid for the Brawl Stars on the line. Up against number 555, Bowie's Knife for the Anarchists. Both jammers looking for space. Both walls struggling to contain these powerful jammers, and it's Bowie's Knife out first with lead jammer status. Big hit out by number 97. That's Harm Alarm drawing back Chemical X. 4 points on the board for Bowie's Knife. And Bowie Snipe calls it off. Brawl Stars pass the star to that miscreant. And Bowie Snipe called it off just before miscreant could put any points on the board. 2 points on the board for Anarchists for that jam, in addition to the 4-point pass. So 6 total. Both teams jockeying for position on the pivot line. Oliver Twisted takes advantage, gets up some speed, and slides through on the outside line. Hard Feelings is jamming for the Anarchists. Hung up in that Brawl Star wall. A little race happening in the back, and points awarded. Looks like Brawl Stars picked up 1 more point, but the Anarchists were able to snag 3 because one of the Brawl Stars was serving a penalty. So 2 points on the track and 1 from the box. Donald Rolls on the line for the Brawl Stars up against 1-5 Viper.
And it's a race. Viper in lead. Nano right on her heels, looking for an inside line. Speed is everything. Viper calls it off after scoring 2 points.
Nice work by the Anarchists protecting their points. Despite a valiant effort by Nonald to chase him down and score points. All right, what do we got here? A lot of pain on the line for the Brawl Stars.
It's Bowie's knife. Jamming for Los Anarchists. 555. A lot of pain. With a lot of effort into lead jammer position.
Gotta love seeing that smile on the track. Looks like a lot of pain's having a lot of fun out there. Despite coming up against a harsh wall by Los Anarchists. 4 blockers on defense right there.
A lot of pain being recycled to the back by something wicked. This way comes.
Oh, brilliant. Hopping around on the outside line by Bowie's knife.
And a lot of pain calling it before Bowie's knife can score any points. We've got trip 4 Batty waiting for the Brawl Stars. 7-Eleven, Punchline, Birthday Girl.
Another pivot line start by these blockers. And this time it's Punchline who takes advantage, but oh, there's a forearm call. Dropped a forearm on their way through. Punchline's going to sit in the penalty box, and Batty has been awarded lead jammer status. Batty getting a little bit hung up on those Los Anarchist blockers, but a little hop through on the inside line secures them 4 points. It's a little bit of a race out there. Pac's getting real strung out. Nice work by Jules Verne to slow down some of those Los Anarchist blockers so Batty can score a few points. Batty comes flying in there at the end and It secures 1 more point. 9 points to the Brawl Stars for an even 150 points on the board. 96 points for Los Anarchists.
Double 03 Killer Queen skating for Los Anarchists. And Oliver Twisted skating for the Brawl Stars.
That's Nazgul with a nice hit out on the outside line, drawing Killer Queen back just long enough to give Oliver Twisted some breathing room. Good attempt by Intoxicate to shut down Killer Queen, but Killer Queen just danced through, getting out on their initial and rushing the back of the pack looking for points. What do we got here? I see 3 points going up for the Brawl Stars. Still waiting for points for Anarchists. Looks like we have an official timeout. And Intoxicate's going to the box. The officials, it looks like they're taking a moment to huddle and review something there. Maybe it's points, maybe it's that action there at the very end of the jam that sent Intoxicate to the box. We'll find out soon. In the meantime, now that we have this clock stoppage, break in the action, I see 3 points being awarded to Los Anarchists. 3-3 jam. That brings Los Anarchists to 99 points on the board. And that's the end of our official review. I see Noddle Rolls lined up against number 3 to Scandalous of the Los Anarchists. This is their first time taking the jammer line, if I'm not mistaken.
Scandalicious is skating for Los Anarchists along, and for the Brawl Stars, Nano Rolls.
Nano looking for space on the outside, instead hit out of bounds and recycled. And now sent to the box for a cut. That puts Scandalous in a strong position as a lead jammer in a power jam scenario. And Scandalous comes through for their team, scoring back up 2. Four blockers, but Los Anarchists have Fender Bender sent to the box for a penalty. Scandalous called it off before Nonnel can get back to the pack. But not before putting another 4 points on the board. That's an 8-point jam for Los Anarchists. And I'm seeing another official timeout being called. Oh, while the officials huddle, looks like Los Anarchists coach is taking the moment to chat with the team. We've got 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in this half, left in this game. Stick around. Points move fast in roller derby. I don't know if you can score 46 points in 6 minutes and 46 seconds, but I sure want to watch the Los Anarchists try.
We'll take this official timeout to invite our skaters to dance. I know you're all closet disco dancers. Show me your moves.
I saw a little bit of action over on the Los Anarchists bench. There we go. Got some dancers over here. Even the one on the ground is dancing.
You don't have to be on the track to dance. Spectators are invited to dance as well.
All right, we had a little substitution in the box. Number 555 is going to serve a penalty on Fender Bender's behalf. And we're going to get started with the next jam. We have number 729, Oliver Twisted, lined up against Harm Alarm of the Los Anarchists. Harm Alarm's got a big cheering section over in corner 1. I see some dancing on the track. Very nice, very nice. I see some secret disco dancers out there. While our officials wrap up with that action and get into position. A little jammer on jammer bumping in the back here, but it's Oliver Twisted slicing their way through that Los Anarchist wall for lead jammer. A little recycle there by Madam Gemini, slowing down Harm Alarm. Really nice work by number 507, Toxic Sloth, slowing Oliver Twisted down. They still snag all 4 of those points and then call off the jam. Harm Alarm made it out, but did not manage to snag any points that jam. Timeout to the Los Anarchists. Attacknid and Nazgul out there spinning to win. Thrasher on the line for Los Anarchists up against Batty. Batty looking for space on the inside, cutting to the outside, snagging lead jammer status. I see a successful star pass for the Los Anarchists. Nazgul out there slowing him down for as long as they can. Batty snagged 3 out of 4 points. And it looks like one of those was a no pass, no penalty point. So didn't quite grab all 4. And Los Anarchists jammer did manage to also snag 3 points. So 3-3 jam. Looks like we have an official review being called. Looks like it was called by the Los Anarchists. So I think they're looking for a penalty to probably the skater who was jamming last time by the Brawl Stars, if I had to guess. Looks like our officials may have finished deliberating. Right. Looks like that official review will not be retained. They were looking for a slightly different points award, and they lost the official review. So the officials have determined that they correctly awarded points in the last jam, and gameplay will continue. The official review will not be retained. All right, we got Lotta Payne and Punchline out there. Punchline delivering a big hit to Lotta Payne, knocking them out of bounds before going on to secure lead jammer status. But they called that jam off. A little bit of a foot race there between the two jammers. Didn't want to risk it. 0-0 jam. Oh, nope, called for injury. I'm getting a signal from the officials. Called for injury. We got a skater reporting to the penalty box, or to the medic bench to get checked out. Looks like they're still on their feet, though. Hopefully they are okay. All right, it looks like even though the last jam was called for injury, on to the next jam, not restarting. Alrighty, so we will have Noddle Rolls number 22 for the Brawl Stars jamming, and number 003, I believe that's Killer Queen on the line for the Anarchists. Pivot lines start, both jammers looking to use speed to their advantage. Noddle gets knocked out to the outside, and it's Killer Queen with lead jammer status for the Anarchists. Noddle's looking for their friends, not finding a way through. Killer Queen's out here looking for points and secures them. Intoxicate with a star pass, helping force that call off. Alrighty, we have a team timeout being called by the Los Anarchists. Oh, we have some NSYNC fans over on the Los Anarchists bench. Couple of officials into it as well. Very nice. That's the end of that team timeout. We're returning to play with 4 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. I see Slasher up against Oliver Twisted. And another pivot line start with these blockers. Oliver Twisted looking for space on the inside line. Does not find it. Shut down by those Los Anarchist blockers. And Slasher comes up with lead jammer status. Slasher in the pack scoring points, but fighting against a formidable Brawl Star wall. I see a direction penalty being awarded, but not who it's to yet. Viper of the Anarchists going to sit for that direction penalty. 2 points going up for the Anarchists. A lot of pain on the line for the Brawl Stars up against Harm Alarm. Both jammers looking for space, and a lot of pain looks like has lead status, but Harm Alarm managed to pass them out the front of the pack. Really great jam by both jammers. And look at that grin. Oliver Twisted up against Harm Alarm. Two and a half minutes left on the clock. Big pile up on the inside. Slows Oliver Twisted down. Harm Alarm with lead jammer status. Coming in hot looking for points. Brawl Stars wall. Knocking Harm Alarm out on the outside. Quick call off there. I see 1 point going to the Brawl Stars. Any points on the board for the Anarchists? There we go. 2 points going up for the Anarchists. Timeout being called. That's the Anarchists using their last timeout. Oh, very nice. We got some gymnastics going on out on the track. Thank you, Intoxiscape, for showing off for us. Little cartwheel. I see License to Dill on the line for the Anarchists. That's the end of that timeout. Headed back for some roller derby. Intoxiscate sticking through some heavy hits on the inside line and then sliding out for lead jammer status. Oh, that's Oliver Twisted with a big hit out front. Recycling that jammer. Looks like Harm Alarm is serving a penalty for a direction, leaving Anarchists a little short out on the track. Intoxicate's going to take advantage of that and slide through the pack. Putting up 4 points.
Intoxiscate appears to be injured, but she is eating on anyway.
Oh, big hit on the inside line. That looks like hard feelings out there. Putting the hurt on Intoxiscate. I've got Batty in the box for a forearm penalty. Oh, and a little bit of a late call off there. Puts 4 points on the board for the Anarchists. 4 points on the board for Intoxiscate. But, oh, looks like 2 more were being awarded for that last pass. Six points total for the Brawl Stars in that last gym. 4 points to the Los Anarchists. And we'll see if that's the final score from the officials here in just a moment. Oh, sounds like that might be the official score. Alrighty. Let's hear a big round of applause for both of these teams. Fantastic work out there on the track. So much beautiful roller derby. And a big congratulations to our home team, Cherry City.
What a great game.
Let's hear it for Cherry City Roller Derby's Brawl Stars. While we're cheering them on, let's also give a big round of applause for the coaching staff. Fantastic work by all of the adults and aged up juniors supporting this team. If you, like me, have not yet had enough roller derby, don't go far. We have another game coming up for you at 8 o'clock. That's 21 minutes from now. More roller derby coming up real fast. Quick announcement though, if you need dinner and haven't gotten food from the truck yet, please make sure you go visit Susie's Taqueria. They will be closing at 8 o'clock. You have 21 minutes to get food from the food truck before they close. And a quick reminder, if you want photos from that last game of the Cherry City Brawl Stars against the Los Anarchists, please make sure you follow Anarchitect_LA on Instagram and look for photos to be posted next week. Thank you to all of the photographers that are here this weekend, getting fabulous shots of our incredible athletes. We love seeing the photos. We appreciate all that you do, the time and energy you put into capturing these images for our teams. All right, I'm out for a few minutes. Looking forward to this next game. We've got the Rose City Rosebuds up against